Okay, so far you might have seen that you might have uploaded your profile images on any of the web applications, right? May it be Facebook, Instagram, or like, the WhatsApp. You do upload a file, right?
Yes, sir.
Or if it is any of the other website, like you might upload certain PDF files and so on, right? So when a user uploads a file, how do we take that file and how do we store that file? Yeah, so we'll look at that. So we'll use the same form on right. So from the HTML, we'll try to upload the file in the form of the form input, and then we'll take it further. Okay, so let me just create a new file, call it app.py, right? Add, then I'm going to create one folder called templates. Because that is where I'm going to store my HTML. In the app.py, what are the things that we have to do? From Flask import Flask app is equal to Flask underscore name, right? If underscore name equals to main, then app dot run. So this is how we start our application. And in the parameter, I'm going to say debug equal to true. Once you have the app, I'm going to just say file upload. Okay, file upload. Then handle file upload, and then there we go. Okay, so in the same way, now what I'm going to do is this supports two methods, right? Or let me just instead rather let me create another route, app dot route. I'm going to say file upload view def load file upload page. Okay, render template is throwing error. Why?
We have not imported, sir, from Flask import render template.
Render template done. So file upload will only support one method. Only get, does not support any other method. Okay, so let us try to start this. Let us see what is the problem here. And I'm going to just say pass for now. I'm not going to write anything in that. Okay, we did start our application. Let me just go back to the browser. Okay, between this is the what we did yesterday.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so as of now, it says template not found. Why? Because in the templates folder, there is no file called file upload. Right, let us create a HTML file. Upload.html. File upload dot html. Right, so it is evident, right? It says template not found because there is no file with the name file upload.html. Hence, we are going to create. And now that it is there, it is going to load it. But of course, there is nothing in the HTML, right? So it is not going to show anything here. File upload followed by, and there we go. There is a body. I'm going to write one div. Right, within that, I'm going to create one h1 tag, which basically says file upload. And after that, I'm going to start my form. All right. So form, what is the method that I'm going to support here? Method is post, right? And action, where do I want to upload this to? What is the URL? So this has to get uploaded to this URL, file upload. Back to the HTML slash file upload. And see, if you have a file upload, right? So in the HTML, we call it as a multi-part data, right? Encoding type. In HTML, we'll just say multi-part form data. Okay. So this is the thing, multi-part form data. Okay. So now I'm going to say input and type I'm going to say as file. Type we are going to say as file, and name also I'll use as file. That way I can access it easily, right? And I'm going to create one button. So I'm just having a single thing here. Submit, and let's just say upload. Let me reload this. Right. So now did you get a choose file option here?
Yes, sir.
And then when you click on upload, it will try to upload, right? But file upload, what is the error it is saying? Method not allowed. Why in the file upload did we give anything? We'll say, right? Methods is equal to post. Default is get. Now explicitly I'm saying post. Now that way it will not throw method not allowed, but it will just say handle file or not handle file upload did not return any valid response because we are not handling anything here, right? We just said pass. Okay, we are sure now it is coming till here. Now let us go try to handle that. Right, all the files will be in the request.files object. You can upload multiple files. We'll see that. The same way, let us also import request files is equal to request.files. Let us see what is there in that. Let me just print files and rather return redirect. I have to import redirect as well. I'm going to redirect it to this URL. That way it will come back to that. Okay. Later in the backend, I'm just printing the files. Let me reload this. Right. If you see, there is some certain, it is an immutable multi-dictionary. There is something called file and it's a file storage. It has received certain object, but right now the file storage is empty, right? Which means we did not upload anything right here. Now let us do one thing. Let us choose, right? Obviously this is loaded and let me go to pictures. I don't know whatever this picture is. Okay, there is nothing. Let me do one thing. Let me download certain pictures. Let me just cancel. Right, I am just going to download certain images. Save, does it save? Yeah, I guess it is. Where does it save? Okay. Save image as. I'm going to put it onto desktop by creating a folder. So created on folder, and I'm going to save my images to this folder. Okay. All right. So if I go back to my Finder or to the application, now let me do choose file and desktop. And I said images to upload. And in this, I have two images. So let me select this image and say open and then say upload. So this does upload. But before clicking on upload, let me just see here. So after this request, there is nothing, right? So now let me just click on upload and go back here. Now, if you see in the immutable dictionary, so for the file, that says the file object is this, and it is of type image JPEG. It is an image, and the type is JPEG. Right, this is the file name. This is the file name. You can just cross verify with your Finder. How do I go to that folder? Right, so isn't this the file name? Pixels, Jopwell, some number, right? It is that item type is what? JPEG file,
JPEG file.
right? JPG file. Now, if you see here, that is what we would have received in the backend, right? So it says this is the file name and this is the JPEG. Which means from the front end, we did receive the request. We did receive the request. Are we clear? Now we will try to see, we'll try to save that. Now from the files, right, we'll take one file at a time. So here files dot, or I'm going to just say, because with the file, this is the name that I'm uploading here. Or I can just change it here as itself name is, for example, file to send is what I'm setting it here. And even here, if I have to take that file, I will say file to send, right? So file is equal to this. Now, if file, which means if file object exists, I'm going to file object itself will have an option called save, right? Now in the save, I have to give where I should save this. I mean, if you just see save, right? Right, I have to tell two things. What is the destination that I want to save? What is the destination, right? Buffer size. Buffer size we can ignore, but destination is what I have to provide. Destination is what I have to provide. Right? Where do I save this? Right? So let us try to create one folder here, and we'll try to save it here in the same folder. Let me create a folder name as uploads. Okay. And whatever it is, I'm going to save it in this folder from here. Right? We did see OS module. If I have to OS, I have to import OS module, right? I'm importing the OS module. Path dot join. I have created a uploads, and I want to save it with the same name as that it is sent from the front end. File dot file name. Right? Let me just save this, and this gets restarted, and let us try to submit the file again. Let's try to submit the file again, and hit submit and then say upload. Okay, so exception, bad request error, because it says file to send. What am I expecting? Okay. Is it, let me just check what is the key from the HTML. It is file to send only, right? So let me reload this. It had the old file upload view. Now let me just inspect and check. Okay, do I have the right name? This file to send only, right? Okay, cool. Now let me choose a file. Same file, done, and say upload. Right now it did not throw any error. Let us validate that. Right, it did not throw any error. File upload is successful. Now let us check in the uploads folder. Do we have this?
Yes, sir.
Right, this is the image that we did upload from the front end, right? Now from the UI you did upload, from the backend you did access it through the request.files, and this is the name that you have given for it when it is we are trying to submit. So with the same name I did accept it, and after that, if the file is existing, and which means if the file is uploaded, we say file.save. The file object itself will have a save method. Now I'm saying that from the current path, save something called find something called uploads, and use this name to up to for the file. Use this name for the file. So if you see, I use this option and I was able to upload and save the file in the respective folder. Are we clear?
It's clear, sir.
Right. I can submit multiple uploads also. Multiple files also. You can have another file. Same file to send to. I can have another file to send 3. Okay. Now let me go back to the browser, reload this. Now if you see, right, there are 3 options. There are 3 options. And one, I'm going to this, select this. Let me download a few more images. Yeah. Maybe a file will not help. Let's find some JPEG files rather than AVI files. Okay, so let me try uploading. Okay, let me just try one more image. Okay, all right, so let's go back here. Let me reload this page. Right, so for the first thing, okay, so now we are trying to submit multiple, right? Send 2, send 3 is the keys, right? So let us also in the backend also, let's try to read that. So what I'm going to do is this is going to be same, right? I'm going to move this into a separate function. Okay, before that, I'll tell you why I have to move. Okay, so this I'm handling first. For the second file, I'm going to take it as send 2, right? And for the third, send 3. So we have 3 options. 3 file send 2, 3. Send 2, send 2, send 3. Send 2, send 3. Send 2, send 3. Right. Right. So if you see here, what is repeating? This piece of code is not unchanged, right? This is unchanged. Yes or no? All 3 places. 1,
Sir,
these 2 lines are not changing at all, right? So what is the point of having them at one place, right? So instead, I'm going to def save files. I'm going to pass a file object here, right? And that's it. Now, instead of this, what I can do is simple. Save files, send file. Save files, send file, right? Just say save files. So from multiple files to multiple number lines of code to, we made it to simple because I was able to move this to another because it is not changing. It is a common code, right? Yep. So now I'm handling 3 files and let us see if we can save all these 3 files. Okay, now let us handle that. So first, this one, second, this one, and third, this one. So I've attached 3 files and let me submit and I have to ensure, right, before submitting, let's go check our uploads directory. If you see, right, uploads directory has only 1 file. Now after that, we should see that it should contain 4 files. I've submitted, no error, right? It did file upload is successful. 200 is what we got, right? And if you see here, how many files do we have now? Right, which
4
means
files.
we were able to upload the files successfully. We were able to upload the files successfully. Okay. This is all about file upload.